right, we're back on. Welcome back to another episode of The 4 Count. If you are new here, hit that like button, hit subscribe, comment down below. It feels a bit weird doing this intro. I'm not going to lie, boys. It's been quite a while since we've jumped in this podcast room to record a podcast, let alone any other content. But yeah, I mean, to our 5 viewers that have been watching on YouTube, we're sorry. But we're back here. We're here to stay. There's a fair bit to talk about in the wrestling world. But first things first, I want to talk about the upcoming WrestleBeats event. Sunday, August 2nd. We're back in for round 2. If you were there for the first WrestleBeats event for WrestleMania this year, you know how good it was. So stick around. WrestleBeats is at it again for SummerSlam Night 1. Too bad we can't do Night 2 because... It's on a Monday. But yeah, look, if you want tickets, if you want to have a good time, you know, I know in Australia the wrestling culture isn't really there, but once at the Crown Hotel in Parramatta, where they're hosting the SummerSlam event, it's vibes there. You know, you feel the wrestling community here in Australia, and that's something I've always wanted to, build in Australia. That's the goal, man. And the organisers at WrestleBeats are doing a fantastic job. Yeah, they're bringing the wrestling community here in Australia together, because we have the UFC, we have the boxing, we have the rugby league. You feel there's a community with those sort of sports here, but not so much so with wrestling, not many pubs host it or, like to even air it. So I think it's a great opportunity for, Australian wrestling fans to go out of their way to have a good time and go to the Crown Hotel in Parramatta and, enjoy it with, some serious wrestling fans because let me tell you, they're diehards over there. Well, are you keen for it, boys?
Yeah,
100%, bro.
Mad vibes last time. Even the after party with DJ and the music, theme songs, bro. Again, that's what we always wanted, and we got it, so it was good.
Yeah, I mean, especially they even had the live painting with the Stone Cold Steve Austin portrait,
which was something different.
It was something that I was telling Ellie, the organizer, that they should do more of.
It's in going
forward. I think someone ended up winning it. So hopefully we get a bit of a bigger turnout this time around.
I think it could be. I think it would. I think the way he's promoted on his social media, it could get attention and people to watch the event. I think it'll get more than the first event, because don't forget he said that he did it in a short span of time.
Yeah, it was
organising it all, and it's still got a good crowd. So hopefully night 1 of SummerSlam, the second time up, is a good event.
Definitely. Now let's dive into the wrestling world. Yeah. Now Baron Corbin comes back. What are your opinions on that?
Look, to be honest, I think. Hold a minute.
Well, let's start with Shabel.
You go, Shabs.
Look,
I need to.
Yeah. I think it's actually.
It's been a while.
It has.
Well, so the last time he was on it was 22, was it?
No, 24, I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was 24.
When he was with Barrett.
He keeps getting released and re-signed.
I know. So, look, I know how to look at this, because, is it going to be just everyone gets excited a bit and then he's going to just get back into the backstage, arena and he's not going to get the bigger roles. And I think for now where WWE is heading, and we know how it hasn't been the best, I think Corbin can bring something different to the company. I think he's been, quite well in his time against, Roman Reigns. He versed and with Happy Corbin, he's had some good storylines, and I've enjoyed his character as a wrestler. And let's see what storyline we're going to get with him. I think, of course, he's going to be the heel for this one, and maybe he can win that United States champion of Trick Williams. And I got a feeling they work well together, him and Trick Williams. Yeah. I think two good wrestlers. I think it's a good one, but let's not get too excited, because it's probably going to last for 2-3 months, and then he'll probably get the smaller roles again.
Look, I think it is a good move to bring him back. Obviously, they're saying about to put him and Bron Breakker together. Like, I heard rumors about that, but I don't think the news is going to be true. But it's false, obviously.
This guy's been saying Zilla Farts has been coming back for the past 2 years.
I'm telling you, from now on, it's going to happen. We're going to get to that point. We're going to get to that point later. But I'm saying about Baron Corbin, I'm saying that I think he's going to fit in that storyline with Trick Williams, what you said, Sharbil. I think they're going to build a good chemistry and storyline together.
That's how I feel.
Because obviously how Camilla Hayes and Trick, they've always had rivalries between each other from NXT. And
it's working well.
And now it's working well, 100 times better. But when Ricky Saints was in the picture, I wasn't too sure about it. But obviously he was gunning for that US. But I think that it is a good decision that Baron Corbin's going to go for that US title again, because he's won it in the previous years.
He has.
Like, I think it was about 10 years ago. So I hope they fit it, that storyline properly. I hope Triple H books it in.
They got to get it right. Yeah, they got to get it right.
Him and Trick Williams, I think they should work together.
Yeah, well, his first move is going to be, of course, now focusing on that US belt.
Yeah.
Would he get it? I don't know. Sometimes, you know, the obvious choice is he's returned. He's going to get that US belt. Sometimes, maybe not. I feel that's where it's going to go right or wrong for him. I feel like if they go down the path where they don't give him that US belt, there you go. It's already not worked out well. You know, you want to bring a wrestler, let him return, get that spotlight, get that belt, and that's the way you want to allow him to grow and develop. So the question is, when he does get that belt, or if he does,
opportunity,
you know, when he does lose it, is WWE going to finally pull the trigger? And, you know, because I know a lot of fans are big fans of Baron Corbin, and
they are.
When he was in the WWE, many fans were asking for some big push for him, maybe get him in a world title picture scene.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if they go down that path. But you look at the power that, you know, Roman, Punk, Rollins, Cody Rhodes have right now. It's like no one's getting an opportunity. So it's very unlikely that Baron Corbin will get that push.
I want to say something as well. Look, if he does win the US title, I think that gives him a bit of a momentum. Like, obviously, you know, versus all the new stars, like, you know, Camilla Hayes, Ricky Sainz, Finn Balor, Tama Tonga, whoever they are, as long as he just builds his character and his momentum up, and then if he does lose, for example, if he does lose that US title, when he gets that opportunity and that chance, that's when you can put him into the world title picture. But you want to make sure the WWE the creative department, if they fit him into the world title picture, like for the Undisputed, because obviously now CM Punk's the current champion, I reckon you should give him a chance, like in the future, probably like in about, I would say, 2 years.
Nah, he'll turn into a jobber. I reckon he's going to turn into a jobber again.
I just hate
Baron Corbin, I mean, the crowd didn't pop for him. I mean,
they did. A few of them did, but
not really. So like he already sort of started off on his, you know, on a bad foot. But I feel like in terms of creative, they're going to do nothing with him. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
If he had, you know, came back in NXT where he, you know, started to find his feet again prior to leaving in 24, maybe that would have worked out better. But I feel like I'm keen for this storyline with Trick Williams, but following that, even if he wins the US title, I feel like we're just going to pick up from where they left off, you know, when he was in the WWE previously. Not in NXT, but when it was
like 10 years ago,
on the main roster. That's right. I don't think... Hopefully he does good. I mean, he was doing good post WWE prior to coming back now, but and I do think he has what it takes to be sort of not really in the main event, or maybe you can say main event, you know, riding with the top stars. But hopefully he can, but I doubt it.
He needs a push, obviously, because like, you know, we're sick and tired of the same superstars that are always going for that storyline, like Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Sami Zayn. Look, don't get me wrong, Gunther is actually up there. Like, he's actually a world title champion, obviously. But you just get sick of those same people that are always in that same ring. I'm getting to that point, I'm like, you need...
How's Sami Zayn won? Sami Zayn's
like, I know he only won the WWE title for 9 days, obviously.
That's different. That's something we should be talking about.
But you need new faces too.
Because, I'm sorry, Sami Zayn losing the WWE Championship against CM Punk last week was a disgrace to the sport. I'm sorry. Me being a diehard CM Punk fan, you know, I was there throughout his prime, and I know what he was. He was the voice of the voiceless. How much did he fight against, you know, the corporate heads, Vince McMahon, The Rock coming back and stealing his title, you know, after 900 and something days as champion. He just comes in at Survivor Series, I think it was, or Royal Rumble, and beats him for the championship. He did the same thing against Sami Zayn.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
mate, like
it doesn't make sense.
He's just. I mean, I don't know if it's him personally or that's what he's demanded, you know, behind the scenes, because there was rumors of him being unhappy with the company again. I don't know what it is behind the scenes, and maybe this is creative that's, you know, decided to put the belt on CM Punk because SummerSlam tickets are low and they want to build up to that Cody match. But regardless, it's a bad look. He's the guy on the screen. Let's face it. Triple H is not on the screen. You know, these people in creative aren't the ones on screen. You know, I'm going to blame CM Punk because he's the one taking the belt off Sami Zayn. Basically, a guy who's won the title for the first time in his whole career. He's you know, how many years in the company? Over 10 years in the company, Sami Zayn?
Well, he
finally gets his moment. What, last 1 week? Not even like
it doesn't make sense,
one title defense and then he loses it. At least give him that rematch at SummerSlam.
Well, at least build the storyline up for like at least SummerSlam, you know, like.
Yeah, it's gone against everything CM Punk has been about, you know, throughout his career. And look, I'm happy CM Punk has the belt, but I don't like the circumstances in which he won the belt.
Yeah, I agree. I think the circumstance of how he won it is wrong. Punk as champion, his World Heavyweight Championship run was amazing. He done so good with it. The build up with Roman Reigns in WrestleMania. Bro, it was amazing. Him as champion is going to, again, pull numbers. He's going to do well, and I 100% know he's going to kill it. But again, it's just the fact that Sami Zayn, first title, everyone's been crying out for new champions, whether it's him or LA Knight. Yeah. We just want a new champion. You know, Cody Rhodes, you know, I'm a big Cody Rhodes fan, but I was like, this guy has to just step away from the world title picture for now because it's just becoming a bit too boring. Yeah. You know, his first title reign, maybe 2 title reigns was pretty good, but this third one was not the best at all. So, again, CM Punk's became literally The Rock, the person that he despised. He's literally did exactly the same. I personally believe that because, again, there was rumors when he lost the belt to Roman Reigns that he was unhappy. He wanted to keep the belt. And, again, there's this whole rumor going around about how Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk all want those belts. You know, they're the main 4. They're unhappy. You know, it's like you've got them and everyone else behind them. Yeah. So I think I do sort of believe that Punk actually said, you know what, give me that belt. I want it heading into SummerSlam. Yes, I know it goes against to what he believed in and, you know, everything he stood up for back in, you know, say 10 years ago. But I feel like he wanted that title. I think because he's in a part of his career where he's 47, I think. Yeah. Like he wants to make the most of these world title reigns. The big wrestlers right now, and I feel that's why you see the likes of LNI, Sami Zayn, they're not getting their opportunities because those are the 4 top dogs in the company right now that they want the gold, they want the big championship belts. And I feel that's in a way, of course, like Sami said, you need numbers and they want to get as much as audiences and new fans to the company through their big wrestlers, but at the same time, the quality and the product is what matters the most, and what the fans want in the company. Like Sami Zayn should have at least had another, maybe 2 title defenses, get at least a month, like not a week. Come on, like that's just like
it reminds me of that when Kofi Kingston won the belt, and then Brock Lesnar comes in and squashes him.
Yes, that's right. That was 2019.
Sami Zayn's not championship material, but like. 1 week is.
It was. I think it was just for a viral moment, just so that way he can be a Grand Slam champion, and you know that way WWE can shut up the fans.
Sami Zayn is right now is thinking like that belt means nothing.
And exactly. And what's a bigger slap in the face is he's teaming up with Gunther to face Cody Rhodes and CM Punk at Saturday Night's main event
this week. Yeah.
Instead of having a rematch, at least give him that rematch at Saturday Night's main event. At least set up CM Punk versus Sami Zayn, Saturday Night's main event for the title. All right, he's not going to win. You know, CM Punk retains and, you know, go into SummerSlam, you know, with Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. That way, because I know why WWE have done this. Again, I've said this earlier. Ticket sales are low for SummerSlam. We're a couple weeks out and they're probably not hitting their benchmarks. And what sells is the big matches. You know, we got Roman Reigns and Rollins, and now we got Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk. That's what sells. So they're trying to sell tickets, and I'm not trying to fault them for it, but there's other ways of doing that, man.
100%.
That's what I don't understand with like Sami Zayn. Like, why the hell have they have a great opportunity? Like, I feel if he's champion for like a few more matches or maybe a few more months, you know how much the fans would hate this. Like, I think we can get so much from Sami Zayn in, say, if he was champion for 2 months. And you've been building him up for what 2 months just in a backstage with Johnny Gargano, talking to him week in, week out, doesn't know if he's the good guy, etc. Like giving him the belt was a perfect opportunity for him to build something for the next 2-3 months, and just for him to have a week, like everything they've been building up for that 3 months have gone straight into the bin. What is he gonna go back to? Just going in the little matches and the mid-card. Yeah. Come on, man. Like, give him that little chance and it would have been, I think it would have been a good opportunity for him.
This is why whoever, like which superstar that holds the title and they lose their title after like, what, a couple of weeks or a month and that, they're just burying them. Like,
like Sami Zayn is buried.
You're bringing all these talent, you're bringing all these WWE superstars talent from NXT to WWE to become champions, whatever
or maybe like you look at it on the other side of things. Maybe that adds to the character of Sami Zayn. You know, we've seen him, you know, when he lost the belt originally going off at CM Punk saying, how does he just walk in and
he started swearing too.
Yeah, exactly. He started swearing and said, how does CM Punk walk in and get to face me for the title? He doesn't deserve it. He's been on the sideline since WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So I think in many ways, if you want to play devil's advocate, it adds to the storyline of Sami Zayn, you know, a character who's always been counted out and hasn't been given opportunity, and other people are ahead of him. And maybe in some ways they're trying to build to something here. But I don't know. I don't see where they're building to.
And you know, they've been building it for like 3 years.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and that's why I feel
the real Sami Zayn fans, and he's got haters, but he's not really a heel, but he's a baby face.
I think
so. Maybe that's what I'm saying. Maybe they're trying to add to this character that way. When he wins the title, hopefully for the second time, it's a better payoff sort of moment.
100%, yeah.
Again, we all know a lot of fans are booing Sami, and I think like I wish he never defended that belt. I think it would have been like great for him. I know everyone goes he doesn't look like a champion, not championship quality, but as Bill said, building the character of Sami Zayn, I feel like going down that road where he faces, for example, a Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam, defeats him on SummerSlam in a main event. You know, again, Sami Zayn accomplishing another dream, main eventing a big pay-per-view. You know, and that just adds onto the heel character that Sami Zayn is building. And then he goes and faces, let's say, the next event, CM Punk, and he beats him again. Everyone's going to boo him. Everyone's going to hate him because they're beating their favorite wrestlers. And that's only going to strengthen and make Sami Zayn look even better as a heel. So I think because they're going down this path where they're turning him into a heel. Yes, we know there's OG Sami Zayn fans. I think keeping him the belt, you know, would have done, you know, so much wonders to him. But I think, you know, him not having the belt anymore is, again, it can add that story for him where, you know, now he's got to go chase it again. Life's not fair. He's not being treated well. So there's two ways you could look at it, but I think allowing him to have that belt would have brought that heel side out of him.
Well, that's not a reality. The reality is CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes, SummerSlam. Who deserves it more? Does CM Punk retain or does Cody Rhodes win the title?
Look, to be honest, man, like after this short story, I would say, like in that sense, I don't know. It's just, I don't want Cody.
Do you want to see Cody Rhodes as champion again?
Nah, absolutely not. Look, CM Punk for now, okay, just for the short term. But how much can his body react? Like obviously, he's at the age of 47. He's gonna have a probably short short reign of a champion, I reckon.
So
but
rather give it to Cody then.
No. I'm not saying. I'm saying like he'll retain it.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying how much has his body
keep going
in that.
Just for saying CM Punk.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay. So I feel like CM Punk.
But do you want to see Cody Rhodes as champion again?
I'm a fan of Cody, but I base my feelings on storylines and what's good for the next year and the next few months. Cody doesn't deserve it now. I think give it to CM Punk, he'll win it. And maybe give it to who's next in line? Gunther?
I reckon
maybe give Gunther a chance to win it for a bit. Because I think Gunther would, you know, it'll get annoy fans that he's won the belt because a lot of fans don't like him as well. I think Cody doesn't deserve it. Gives CM Punk the belt and then maybe build a feud with Gunther and CM Punk because I think Gunther has waited long enough and I think he deserves another WWE championship belt.
Well, that's what I was going to say because like when we went back to the topic that we spoke about with Sami Zayn and how he was WWE champion. Look, I understand how Gunther has got his storyline with Nick Aldis. I reckon Gunther should have versed Sami Zayn for the WWE title on that Monday Night Raw. That should have happened.
It could be Gunther Sami Zayn at SummerSlam maybe.
Yeah.
You never know.
But I'm saying now, obviously, how much can CM Punk last? But obviously he's going to retain it. But I'm saying I hope he does win so they can build the storyline with him and Gunther.
Yeah, I'm going to go CM Punk deserves it. I think, as I said, CM Punk's world title reign was very good. Promo skills and the matches he did, especially the one at WrestleMania. I think it's only right if CM Punk retains his belt and again just carry on his journey as WWE champion, and I think they'll go down the path where he keeps it all the way to probably WrestleMania next year. That's what I personally believe. Cody Rhodes has had his time. I think just give him a rest a bit, maybe give him something fresh, some new storylines, and then eventually maybe if WrestleMania comes around, he can go at it again. CM Punk and Cody go for fight 2. You never know, but I'm going to go Punk deserves it.
Bill?
Yeah, no, I think, as I said, I like Punk as champion. I don't like how he won it, but if I have to pick anyone to, have that belt going forward, I'd pick CM Punk. Cody Rhodes is better as a challenger. We've seen Cody Rhodes, how he is as a champion. Not saying he's a bad champion. I know a lot of people give him shit for it. I actually like Cody Rhodes as champion. But I feel like it's time for, CM Punk to carry that WWE championship. We know he was world champion at one point, but he was never WWE champion. So I'd be interested to see the feuds that he might have with these new up-and-comers. Yeah. I'm going with CM Punk to retain. When do I see him losing it? I genuinely feel like he will lose it again to Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn will take the belt off CM Punk at some point in the future.
Okay.
But
Elimination Chamber, Rumble. I feel this is Cody. I think he needs this break from the WWE title. Like I said, I think giving him a new storyline would just help him too as a wrestler, maybe just and help the fan. And I think because you look at the first year, how good. It was not good, but like it was a good storyline. His first championship reign, finishing the story. I enjoyed that period of him as champion, but I feel we're seeing it too much. I feel fans need to rest from it just for a bit. And when the time is right, I think when he comes back, I think it's a new story, and I feel fans will be more intrigued to it than him constantly winning it here and there. Yeah. So I think as for Cody as a wrestler, I think that's what he needs right now.
Now, changing topics. Do you think Solo Sikoa needs to be in the Bloodline again?
That's a very tough one because he's so against it right now. Like he does not want to join it. Jacob Fatu was stubborn as well, but maybe not as stubborn as Solo right now. Solo teased that he was going to join him, and then he attacked Jimmy and Jacob. Look, I think adding him into this is how I say. I feel like on Saturday night's main event, they could go down the road where Solo, because LA Knight, I think Solo's now on his side. They'll go down the road where Solo attacks LA Knight and joins the Bloodline. But does that just ruin everything that Solo stands for? He's just had enough of his family being controlled by Roman. Like, he's just so against it. Like, what? The only reason why I say he joined is because it's his family. He goes, they might go down the narrative where, Solo's like, whatever happens, family's family. I'm going to be with them.
Blood thicks into water or something.
Thicker than water.
Yeah, thicker than water, sorry.
That's the path that will go on if they're going to bring him into that storyline. But I just feel he's so against it that I think he should just stay away from it. He's doing good on his own.
Yeah.
Why would he join and again be on the back of the Bloodline? Literally, he'll be behind Jimmy and Jay and Jacob. He'll be the last one, basically, the least important. Yeah. So I think leave him on his own. He's doing good.
I reckon give him a good solo run, like obviously by himself. Solo. No, obviously on his own. But I don't know. Look, the way I saw it, the way how he was like putting the thumbs up and obviously how he done that to Jimmy, something's telling me that obviously because they got that 6-man tag at Saturday night main event. Sorry, I feel like it's a setup. I can see it because
Solo's gonna come with the.
I reckon he might rejoin. But I don't know. Maybe they might put him by himself as a babyface because they're saying that they need a babyface for Solo. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on Sunday. Yeah. We'll have to see.
You look at maybe I think someone made a good point in regards to like, is he just LA Knight and that they've had the discussions on previous shows, and I feel LA Knight's now convinced that Solo's changed and he's not going to join the Bloodline, but it'll be a good plot twist that he considers to join the Bloodline. And, we've heard rumors and it looks like it's true that the Bloodline story is not going to end for a while now, and Roman's going to be champion maybe till WrestleMania. So it looks like they're continuing this storyline. And I think to maybe get something different again, maybe you get the whole Bloodline family together and reunited. Solo comes back. If Zilla Fatu comes at SummerSlam, like how good would that be? You got Jay, Jimmy, Fatu,
and then
Solo, Zilla with Roman Reigns. I think that's something you can work something with that. And I feel they rely so much on the Bloodline that I think it's a good opportunity for the whole family to be, back together as one. So I think they can do great things with that storyline.
No, I don't think Solo should join the Bloodline again. He's been caught up in the Bloodline storyline since 2024.
Yeah, it hasn't stopped, to be honest.
Even before that. Before that, as in before he made his own Bloodline. Yeah. So I feel like it's time for Solo to have his solo run. No pun intended. Have his solo run and, even be a babyface. Yeah. He's a funny guy on the mic. We all know how good he is on the mic. Even in the ring, he's really good. Yeah. And I feel like WWE owes it to Solo Sikoa to go on that singles run and win a few titles on his own and, try to make his own path because, as you said, him joining the Bloodline again, he'll be behind Jacob Fatu, Roman Reigns, Jimmy Jey Uso. So it's just he's going to get caught up in the same sort of storyline, and it's like, where you going?
Here we go again.
He's on a leash.
Yeah, he's on a leash. So I reckon, find his own wave, and I feel like he's the type of star that will be in the main event of, I don't know, WrestleMania, but in a lot of sort of pay-per-views or PLEs.
Fans do like him.
Yeah. He's a very lovable character.
He is.
He's got charisma. Again, great in the ring.
Physique too.
Yeah, all right, bro.
Look, to be honest, I feel like this is on another topic about the bloodline. I feel like the best person to eventually dethrone Roman, I know they're heading down the road.
LA Knight.
Ober's going to do it, but LA Knight would be the best person to get that belt off him, because LA Knight is the only one that's still tangled with the bloodline, still had enough of the bloodline, having problems with Solo, Jacob, Jimmy, Jay, Roman. I think LA Knight, I know it's a very unpopular opinion, but I feel like LA Knight wins his first title, finally defeating entire bloodline and taking that WWE champion. I feel like I think that's the best way. But I know it's not going to happen. They would never do that, because Ober's next in line. 100%. It's going to be Ober and Roman. They're hinting at it. But I just feel like if they want to be creative, if they want to give what the fan wants, LA Knight winning that WWE championship would be the best thing ever, especially with the bloodline.
I would love to see it happen, but obviously how you mentioned they're going to build up that storyline with Ober and Roman. I think probably to
and
like
who
Mania.
knows if Rock comes for WrestleMania, Saudi, the big money's coming.
But you know what, bro, something's telling me, bro, I don't know, like I keep saying this, like I know I talk shit, but like I reckon Jacob Fatu might dethrone Roman. I don't know. He could backstab him like later.
There could be a point where I think he'll get his revenge on Roman.
Yeah, because how he lost against Roman at Clash in Italy. Italy, sorry, I can't even say.
I reckon it still doesn't sit well with Fatu.
Yeah,
but like,
it just doesn't.
Right now.
Because when he joined in, I'm like, bro, this guy was all by himself, and obviously I know he was with Solo, but I reckon they should build that storyline with him and Roman again.
It's coming. It's coming.
It's going to come.
They'll hint on the show slowly.
I hope so, man.
It's
I can't wait for that.
Like, the bloodline's gonna then fall apart again.
Yeah, it just feels weird. Like it just feels weird.
I personally feel like when bloodline's in the WWE, it's always the best thing.
Yeah.
I feel like it's so cliche that again, eventually, it's gonna all fall down again. Like they just should have left it there. But again, I'm not complaining. It's
it's good, but it's just like I reckon Jacob's gonna dethrone Roman.
Everyone knows he's eventually gonna probably dethrone Roman, get his win.
I
Maybe
hope
get
so.
Ober and Jacob Fatu. That'll be
that'll be an awesome match, bro.
WWE
That's what matches I want to see with Jacob, like when he versus Ober versus Trick Williams versus Bron Breakker, bro. I want to see these fucking matches, bro. Like I don't care.
He's G'd up
now.
Well, I want to talk about one last thing.
Tell me.
Now, WWE and AI. We know how much WWE and TKO loves to use AI. We've seen it in AAA. We've seen it in their promos. We've seen it across the board. A question I want to raise is, it's something I've seen online too. Do you reckon there will ever be a time where WWE uses AI to book fantasy matches, such as Shawn Michaels versus Seth Rollins, CM Punk versus Randy Savage, or like Hulk Hogan versus Roman Reigns? Do you think there will ever be a time where we're going to see less physical matches, but WWE, as AI starts to get better and evolve, would there ever be a time where WWE starts to use AI to showcase these fantasy matches?
That's a good one.
They do a pay-per-view, AI takeover, for example. Like maybe there'll be a pay-per-view where they do that. I think fans will be totally against that.
Yeah, I'd be totally against it.
I'd be totally against it. It's just not natural. It's not real. It just ruins everything that WWE's built.
You know what? I'm going to change my answer. It totally depends. I mean, AI right now isn't the best.
Yeah.
If you look at it 3 years ago, it was horrible.
Yeah, it was disgusting. Yeah.
What about in 5 years' time? I mean, if it keeps getting better year by year by year by year, I mean, could it look as real as what we're seeing right now? And if it does look as real, man, I wouldn't mind it.
But these ones are going to be only on TV.
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't mind it. I only watch it on TV anyway.
Yeah, true that, but I'm saying for people in America.
AI, the audience.
Yeah, but it's just, I don't know.
I know, it's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. But man, like, why wouldn't you want to see Hulk Hogan versus Roman Reigns both in their primes? Or like a John Cena versus Hulk Hogan in their prime? Shawn Michaels versus
The Rock.
Shawn Michaels versus, say, CM Punk, or Shawn Michaels versus Seth Rollins in their prime. Prime versus prime. Rock, bro, give me prime versus prime.
Look,
you go through the old gen and the new gen.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro, that will fucking sell.
Imagine do like a Survivor Series, the old generation versus the new one.
Yeah,
too.
bro.
Look, there's pros and cons. I think what Sammy said, the cons is fans can't go to the arenas anymore, and I feel
No, I'm not saying for full
like
time.
for-
Just
like
for one, just what,
like
maybe a pay-per-view or maybe
then
one
that's
match.
fine.
Or
I think that's fine. I think as me as a fan, I'd look so.
it'd be
forward
like
to
if you ever watched Rocky, Rocky Balboa, the last movie where they did that simulation with the I forgot the fighter's name. The fighter was in his prime and Rocky Balboa in their prime. They did like a little computer simulator where if Rocky faced this guy. Anyways, if you watch the Rocky movies, you'd understand.
They have to do AI promos too. To like
if they build it up. I mean, it can't just be the match.
It's not a bad idea. If that's just a one-time thing every year, why not? Why
not?
It's actually a good idea, and I think me already thinking about the matches you could do with that would be incredible to watch.
What's a dream match?
Honestly, being so good
if AI took over.
Well, there's so many of them. I would say Hulk Hogan versus I'll say Diesel, Kevin Nash.
You know what I'd love to see? Eddie Guerrero versus Dominic Mysterio.
Oh,
bro, see my point. See my point.
Yes.
See why this could be something good if they were to pursue it.
I'd get.
I'd do Batista Braun Breaker.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
That'd be a good match. Literally, they're basically the same.
I think obviously Roman Reigns versus Goldberg. They've already done that.
Yeah,
yeah, but in their prime.
In the prime. So maybe Rhino versus Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
Rhino. You remember Rhino?
Not my first pick, but yeah. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, if that's your pick, yeah.
I'll probably go for Big Show versus Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
Or even, what was I going to say?
He's getting carried.
Kurt Angle versus Chad Gable.
Oh, that's a good one.
That'll be a good one, that one.
That'll be a good one.
Even if, bro, like there's so many matches
you could do.
It's
Rock Cena number 3. You know?
Yeah.
It'll be,
I feel like they've already faced off in their prime, but yeah, I feel like we've already seen that.
Yeah.
You got to go really old gen versus new gen, like Stone Cold versus LA Knight.
Or like Jacob Fatu versus Rikishi. Samoan versus Samoan.
Oh, bro, even Umaga versus Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
What about,
that's a dream match.
What about LWO versus Shield?
All right, bro.
Where'd you get
Anyway, we're digressing. Anyways, that's it for the 4 count. Guys, if you're new here, hit that like button, hit subscribe, comment down below. Make sure, again, go get your WrestleBeats tickets. Link is in the description. You don't want to miss it. And yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next episode.